Hello, welcome to the update. I'm Susie Thompson. Sudden and extreme turbulence on a flight from London to Singapore has seen one man die and dozens of others have been injured. There were 211 passengers and 18 crew on board, the airline confirming 56 were Australian. A British man aged in his 70s died from a suspected heart attack, while there are reports another 7 people are in critical conditions. The Singapore Airlines flight hit sudden and extreme turbulence over Myanmar before it diverted to Bangkok. 150 Australians are back on home soil, with 2 repatriation flights touching down in Brisbane after a week of unrest in New Caledonia. Violent riots have broken out in the French territory over changes to voting rules. Passengers at Brisbane Airport relieved to be home.
It's been such an unknown, and we lived in New Caledonia for a long time.
The flight was fine. We're really relieved to be back in Australia.
Just happy to be home.
2 people have died and another is fighting for life after a single vehicle crash on the New South Wales north coast. Emergency crews were called to the Pacific Highway near Coffs Harbour to find a car had crashed into a tree and burst into flames. The female driver and male passenger in their 20s died at the scene. Experts say a Victorian trial for drivers using medicinal cannabis will provide much-needed data when it finally gets underway. The 18-month trial was expected to start early this year after new laws passed last year, but the government now says it won't start till at least August. People will be able to drive on a closed-circuit track that mimics real-world driving conditions. Lead researcher Dr. Thomas Arkell from Swinburne University says USA and Canada are the biggest jurisdictions when it comes to medicinal cannabis and legal cannabis, but there's little data available as to the effects on driving.
I think no one really knows quite what to do. And Australia really has a very unique opportunity to lead the charge here, and Victoria in this case. Across the US and Canada, jurisdictions don't quite know. Police departments are a little bit confused. Regulators are a little bit confused.
Making news overseas, the Israeli Prime Minister is accusing the International Criminal Court of pouring fuel on the fire of anti-Semitism. The ICC's chief prosecutor has requested the arrest warrants of both Hamas and Israeli officials, including Benjamin Netanyahu. The court alleges Israel is committing war crimes and crimes against humanity by not allowing aid supplies into Gaza and by cutting off food and water supply. The European Union has formally approved using the profits from frozen Russian central bank assets to arm Ukraine. And Defence has rested its case in the criminal trial of Donald Trump without calling the former president to give evidence. Sport and entertainment are next. In sport, the Mariners are full of confidence heading into Saturday night's A-League Men Grand Final against Melbourne Victory. Central Coast is chasing back-to-back titles. Mariners striker Ryan Edmondson says his team's ready to hold up the trophy in front of their home fans.
100%. We've got 100% belief that we can do it. Don't get me wrong, against Melbourne it's going to be a tough game, of course it is. It always is against them. We had a good game at their place during the season. But yeah, we've got full belief in what we can do, and we can believe we can go on and do it.
Former Swans captain Luke Parker's bid to return to the AFL has suffered a blow. He's been slapped with a 6-game ban for a hit on a Frankston player in the VFL. In entertainment news, Elvis Presley's granddaughter Riley Keough is fighting to stop Graceland from being sold in a foreclosure auction. She claims the auction is based on fraudulent documents. And Diddy's former partner has weighed in on that shocking video that's emerged of him assaulting Cassie Ventura. Misa Hilton says he needs help. And that is the latest from the Nova podcast team. We'll see you later on for another update. I'm Susie Thompson.